What's going on, everybody? We are back on Madden 24. It is the morning after launch night. Rough night, especially if you're with PS5. A lot of issues with that. People not getting their points. People buying points and not getting their points, not getting their pre-order stuff. I saw where it got fixed maybe around like 12:30. So most people probably given up by that point. So that's super bad look for EA. But I want to talk about something a lot happier in this video. I think I have potentially one of the best methods. I don't want to call it a method, but one of the best ways to make coins right now. I think you could easily make 100,000 an hour plus, depending on your patience and your ability to filter different things like that. Right now, in full transparency, you do need to have some coins to be able to do this. So for myself, I took 2,000 of the points I got from the pre-order, and I opened up all of the weekly platinum packs, those weekly, with the 500, and then 1,000. That's what gave me the coins to be able to even do this. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about what it is that I'm even referring to. So right now, I'll show you on the auction hub just to show you that I am buying these. You can see the prices that I'm buying them for. So you could certainly do the math as well if you would like. But basically, I'm taking advantage of the team builder set right now. So I'm buying the 82s and 83s for as close to 25,000 as I can. I just was not really finding too much. So I did, get a couple for 28, which it's not terrible. One thing to keep in mind with this method is that, you can make probably between 35 to 50,000 depending on how much you're willing to filter and wait. But that's obviously going to hurt your time. So if you're taking forever to buy these cards, then the 100,000 an hour, I don't know if that's reasonable, but that's your choice. You can make 30, 35, 40,000 easily each time and do that multiple times within the hour. So you can see I did the 82s for, try to get as close to 25 as you can. 25 seems to be pretty rare. So 26, 27, 28, even not terrible. And then the 80, the 81s, you're going to try to shoot for as close to 10 as you can. You can see I got one under 10, one right around 10, 11. And I actually did this a little bit earlier too. And I actually bought an extra one then. So I do have 11, 3, 5, because you do need 4 of them. And then you need 7, 78 to 79s. One filter that I think will possibly work for you is when I'm filtering these out, I've just been doing it by 75 to 79, and then going by team, and then just setting it to newest and just looking at the 78s and 79s. But I think one thing that you could do is filter by this headliner program or even possibly rookie premier. But headliner seems like I was getting a lot of good deals with those 64, 61. That is very, very cheap. You want to try to get as low as you can, but anything around 7, 6, that is a super good deal. Even up to 8, I wouldn't necessarily, scoff at. It's not letting me go down any further for whatever reason. But again, I bought an extra one earlier. So I do kind of just want to go and we'll add this up and sort of just see what it is that we, how much we've spent. Because I think, it's important to be transparent with what I'm spending. We are going to go ahead and add all this up for you guys. I won't make you watch me add it up, but again, here it is for you. You can do it if you want as well, if you don't believe me. Again, there's 178 that you can't see for whatever reason. It's not letting me go down. It was about 8,100, so keep that in mind as well. You do need 481, so that's why this one's way down here, as I bought a couple extra when I was doing it earlier, wasn't paying attention. So that is why there's one's kind of out of order here. But just keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and add this up, and then I'll be right back. So we did add that up, and it did come to 149,600. So a lot of times I'm usually getting this around like 140, 141. So I did go a little bit over on what I was doing here, but not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. If I were to get a little bit cheaper on some of these, especially these 82, 83s, I think that could really lower it down. If you get those a couple thousand cheaper each. The 78s, I didn't do terrible. 64, 7, it's not terrible. But these ones close to 8, those ones kind of hurt you. So again, a couple thousand here or there, it's not going to make or break the profit in the grand scheme. You're not going to lose, but you just might not make quite as much. So Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and head to the sets. And the set that I'm referring to is this just 85 team builder set. And what you're gonna want to do is, this is why you need to have Mod.gg up, because you are gonna want to make sure that you have the most current prices when it comes to who is, who's available, who is out there. So here I'm pretty much just talking about who to pick, prices to pick, different things like that. For whatever reason, my audio got absolutely messed up here. My voice wasn't matching. Things were completely wrong. But, basically just look at, which players are selling for what, and the frequency in which they're selling. So here I'm talking about Naeem Hines. He sold 27 minutes ago, but that was actually my card that I sold. So he might not be selling super quick, because one thing is, you don't want to keep getting undercut. The more you're getting undercut, the slower it takes to sell, the more you're going to get undercut. The more you get undercut, the less profit you're going to get, right? So you're trying to find a player that's going to sell for a decent amount and semi-frequently. I did Grant Delpit last night a couple times. He doesn't look like he's selling for too bad. Fairly frequently. Again, there's not a ton of coins out there right now, so people might not be buying these up immediately, but you just want to try to at least find one that is selling halfway frequently. And here I talk about John Mechie. I did him twice last night, and his price is just tanking. So either a ton of people are doing him, or he's just maybe not as good as everyone thought he was going to be. And then I take a look at this Josh Reynolds. He appears to be going for a decent amount, selling fairly frequently. So ultimately, that's who I decided to go with. And that, so just take a look at this to see who the best choice is as far as selling. You do have Mud.gg up. Again, it is gonna really make or break, because you're not in here trying to figure out who to pick. You can just pick them without having to go to the auction house and do it yourself. I'm not too sure where Josh Reynolds is on this. I know exactly where some of the other guys are, but we're gonna go through here, find him. There we go. So Josh Reynolds, we're gonna snag him. We're just gonna immediately throw him in the auction house. We know what this price is, 210. So we're gonna go ahead and throw him up for about, we want to make it, enticable, right? So we're gonna go maybe 206. I don't want to go too low, but we'll go 207. 207.6. Post him up. So again, if we were to sell him for that price, once again, you can see here that our cost was 149.6, right? So we're just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go 207.6 times 0.9. That's what we're gonna have after EA's tax, roughly, minus that 149.6. So we're making 37,240 coins that quick, and that took me 15 minutes to get those players off the auction house. So you could do that 4 times. You're making 140,000, 130, 140, 150,000, depending on, again, you could get better. So I was doing this, quite a few times last night, and I was making, a little bit better profits than that 37,240. This is the Hines I was telling you about that I did earlier, and that was a pretty similar profit margin, maybe 5 to 6,000 more. But Grant Delpit, they were selling for a little bit more, not this Mechie, but 219, 212. So I was making about 40. I probably made it close to 50 on this one, 40 or so on this one, 35 on this one. So just keep in mind, you can make more. You just got to take more time, get a little bit lucky with the snipes. That's up to you. But just know, whatever profit you're making is profit. So if you're happy with making 15,000, just make 15,000. But I hope this helps some of you guys make some coins. I understand it's kind of one of the situations where you need coins to make coins. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of the beast, especially with no trade block and different things like that. And it doesn't seem like it's quite as user-friendly it doesn't seem like it's quite as easy to get free packs right away. The field pass, it seems like you kind of level up pretty slow. A lot of longer objectives to get the XP. So I understand, some of this might not apply to some of you guys, but if you get around 140, 150,000, I think this is a very viable way to make coins early on. Again, I started with about 150,000 when I did this, 140,000. after he sells, I'll have over 300,000. So I've already doubled my coins, and I've only done it 4 times, or 5 times. So anyways, I really hope this helps you guys, and tune in for some more tips like this. Anything I find, I'll be sure to share with you guys as quick as I can. Some of it, again, it just, is it worth the profit for you guys or not? But I think this is a good one. Anytime you can get up over 30,000, I think that is a win. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd mean the world if you smash that like button. Comment down below, which card are you going for in Madden 24? Who's your go-to player you are after? And we'll catch you next video.